Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's the States FC. In today's video, I just wanted to take some time and discuss the US men's national team first World Cup qualifying window because there are a lot of takeaways, getting 5 points in our first 3 games. A little bit disappointing overall, but we're in a positive direction. We're still in 3rd place and we're in a pretty good spot to qualify for the World Cup. So I'm going to go game by game, what I like, what I did not like, what needs to improve, all that good stuff. So let's get straight into it. So the first game last Thursday, already crazy to believe how long ago that was against El Salvador down in San Salvador, in a very tough environment, basically a full stadium. We lined up like this with Conrad de la Fuente, Josh Sargent, and Gio Reyna up top. Conrad actually looked very good in this game. He was very lively, willing to go for it, take on players 1v1. Josh Sargent, to be honest, was not that great in this game, nor in the entire window. Gio Reyna, this was the only game he played because he was injured after this game, but he had some good moments. I just felt like at times tried to do way too much. In the midfield, we had Brendan Aronson as an 8, which to be frank, did not work at all. Weston McKennie, for his standards, did not have a good game whatsoever. Tyler Adams had a few goofs, but overall he was strong and consistent. This was going to be a game where it's going to be hard to move the ball to the midfield anyway because, super tough grass, guys are going to want to foul you every time you get on the ball. So anyway, but at the end of the day, those really aren't excuses. Across the back, we had Serginho Dest at left back, which to be honest, did not work at all. He tried to do way too much at times, got burned, 2 or 3 times, so not a good game from Serginho Dest whatsoever. Center back pairing of Miles Robinson and Tim Ream was strong. Both of those guys were good, did not really make any stupid mistakes. At right back, we had Yedlin, had a couple good moments, but you can just see how limited, technically he is as a player. In goal, Matt Turner didn't have to do too much, but did look shaky when playing with his feet. But anyway, I think the overall theme of this game was, it was just sloppy, tough grass, tough environment. Yes, I get it. But, at the end of the day, 2 points we could have had if we just felt like we were lacking intensity and effort, for some of the time. And I just think the, lack of ability to put away those half chances, the one that Miles Robinson had in the first half, the 2 that Josh Sargent had late in the first half as well. Weston McKennie should have scored at the end on a beautiful cross from Gio Reyna, but just could not redirect it on target. But anyway, I hear a lot of people saying that it was a good result, which it wasn't the worst result. A point will take you on the road. It's better than 0 points. But at the end of the day, this felt like a game where we should have won. We should have taken 3 points. We were the better team, even in the tough environment. But, we got this game under our belt. We got what it was like to play, on the road in CONCACAF. But I think we as a team and a fan base need to stop settling for mediocrity. Expect those 3 points because we had the better talent. And yes, in CONCACAF, talent may not always be, the most important thing. But I think we got to use that talent and, got to use that squad depth to our, to our ability and to our advantage and take advantage of what we can in those games to put away those half chances. So overall, it wasn't the worst game, but I was still pretty disappointed because we should have taken with 3 points. I just felt like the theme of that game is when your parents said, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed in you, and that felt like what that game was all about. Not the worst, but I just still feel like we could have done way better. So anyway, on to the Canada game. Alright, so the second game in this window was against Canada last Sunday, which overall, to be quite frank, was by far the worst game and the worst result in this entire window. So we lined up in our basic 4-3-3 like we usually do. Pulisic up top, he had good moments, but at times I felt like he was trying to do way too much and got absolutely hammered, getting fouled every time he touched the ball. Jordan Pefok, he was okay, did not really get on the ball. Brendan Aronson was good, got himself the goal, very active in the press and good in link-up play. The 2-8s, we had Sebastian Lletget, who in this game was pretty average, didn't do anything bad, didn't do anything good. Same goes for Kelvin Acosta at the other dual 8. At the 6, we had Tyler Adams, who was very important, covered a lot of ground and, potentially stopped a few counterattacks. But he did have, one little lapse where he made a stupid foul when we could have had it break and could have potentially scored. Which those are the things in CONCACAF that you can't happen. You're going to need to, mentally be there the whole 90 minutes, not do any stupid mistakes. And that, unfortunately, that led to the goal later on the free kick pursuing. But back in the defense, we had Anthony Robinson at left back, who had a great game. This game was very active, super quick, was willing to go for it, got back when he needed to, got himself the assist on that Brendan Aronson goal as well. Center back pairing of John Brooks and Miles Robinson, both of them were pretty solid for the most part. John Brooks did lose his mark on the first goal that Canada scored. It just really wasn't watching Kyle Laird move off the ball, but give credit to him and Alphonso Davies too. Take advantage of us in the counterattack. Right back, Mauricio Des almost had a stupid error that led to a goal. I think 12th or 13th minute, just didn't really, view the projectile of the ball and kind of just let it bounce. And Fonzie, ran right by him, and they almost scored, but it had not been for a great save by Matt Turner, who didn't have to do a lot in this game, but again looked kind of shaky with his feet. But this game overall was just super disappointing as a fan. You're at home, 45,000 plus, cheering you on, but this game we were just so, not willing to go forward. Like, we get the ball, we play it back. We had over 75% of the possession, but we had almost no chances. Just so negative at times, just so naive, It just felt like when the ball did get there, we just had to rely on Pulisic to play hero ball. There wasn't any link-up play, any combination, but surprise, surprise, we didn't really have any creative midfielders in this group. So, what do you expect when you have Leggett and Acosta in midfield? You're not going to get a whole lot of end product or things that will lead to some end product. But, I did like Anthony Robinson a lot in this game. The fullbacks in this game were really, willing to go forward, and I kind of like that. They both were pretty solid for the most part. This was a game where Canada was going to sit in a 4-5-1 and bunker and try and hang on the counterattack, which to their credit, they did a good job. They didn't really let us do a whole lot, and, their speed on the counterattack was always going to be a concern. But, at home, Greg Berhalter got it all wrong. His style of play just doesn't seem like there's any rhythm, any style of play, any instructions. It's just kind of get the ball, play it side to side. When it does go forward, we just recycle it back. Like, there's no patterns to play. The off-ball movement was not good in this game. So this game, I think, had it not been for the result in Honduras, Greg Berhalter could have potentially been fired, because you can't be drawing games at home when you have 75% of the possession and just look like a team that's so naive. But anyway, a point is a point. At least it wasn't a loss. But we're going to go on to Honduras now. Choo-choo on the board, the Pepe train, that is right. We were on the road to Honduras. We lined up in our, went a little bit different in this game. Went with a 3-4-3. Pulisic at the left wing, Ricardo Pepi up top, and Josh Sargent on the right. Pulisic in this game, he did not have a good game, to be quite frank. He tried doing way too much in this game. Ricardo Pepi, man of the match in his first game. This kid is 18 years old. He just looked so comfortable on the ball in advanced spaces. He was able to get 2 assists and a goal and just looked like he was threatening Honduras the entire night. Josh Sargent, terrible game, but, it's not really his fault considering he's not a winger. So I still think Josh Sargent has a lot to improve on, in this window. Wasn't good his first touch again, was just off all the time. I just feel like Josh Sargent does need to work on that first touch and his ability to make those off-the-ball runs. At the wing backs, we had George Bello and Tyler Adams, which I don't know why Tyler Adams is not playing in the midfield. But in this 2 central midfielders, Acosta and James Sands. Acosta, I thought, in my opinion, was not that good overall this entire game. Had a few good moments where he went forward and pressed and won the ball, which, give credit to him in a tough game when you're, you have that energy, that stamina. Those are the type of things that can win you games. So, I kind of applaud Keon Acosta for his effort. That's something I like. James Sands in this game was not good at all, but he's not really a center defensive midfielder in a double pivot. So that really wasn't going to go over too well. Adams at right back, again, should be a midfielder, but the 3 center backs are Mark McKenzie, John Brooks, and Miles Robinson, which, Robinson and McKenzie were good. Brooks had a sloppy game. Matt Turner in goal had to make a couple saves, so credit to him. But that's how we line up, and the first half was just, I wanted to throw my remote at the TV. It was awful to watch. There was no energy. The midfield and the back line was just there was way too much space. They wouldn't compress space. They wouldn't press. This game, we were just inviting Honduras to score, inviting them to go forward. And when the ball did get, it did go forward, there just wasn't any sort of pattern play. It would just we would lose the ball. Pulisic would do too much. Sargent would make a poor pass and a poor touch. So this game was going to not go over too well. Berhalter got it all wrong to begin with. I think Berhalter was 45 minutes away from getting, potentially replaced by a new manager next window. But, he made changes at halftime. Give a little bit of credit to him, but at the same time, don't praise him because he's fixing the mistake that he made. Berhalter, in my opinion, has to do so much better right there. But he subbed on Leggett, Aronson, and Anthony Robinson. Anthony Robinson, when he came on this game, made an immediate impact. You know, his ability to go forward and his ability to press. You know, he scored the first goal, really kind of seemed to turn the things around. Ricardo Pepi got the second goal off a cross from DeAndre. Yeah, and it was a good goal. You know, out jumped two Honduras defenders and put it in the far corner, which that's something I don't think Josh Sargent or P. Falk can do. I think Pepi can score in so many ways, you know, with his head, you know, with both feet. So I just think Ricardo Pepi seems like such a complete player. The third goal was off a rolled-on press. It fell to Ricardo Pepi. He played across from Aronson, you know, put it home, I think, in the 87th minute to basically seal the game. We got ourselves a fourth goal due to a tap-in from the Jet off a Ricardo. Good run, off-the-ball run from Pepi. Adams played it to him. He missed a shot, but the Jet followed the rebound up. So anyway, a 4-1 result in Honduras was a good result, you know, 3 points on the road. It's not going to be easy. That was the first away World Cup qualifying win that we had since the 2014 World Cup qualifying cycle. But, you know, this game, it wasn't perfect, right? People are going to put a Band-Aid over the fact just because we won 4-1 makes it a good game, which I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. We got a result, but at the end of the day, you know, the first half was so poor. We can't be going into games, you know, playing good 45 minutes and a bad 45 minutes. Like, that's not always going to work. Every 90 minutes, we have to treat it like it's a, you know, it's a final. And it just felt like the first half was terrible. You know, Berhalter got it completely all wrong. This team just looked so disoriented, such a team with no energy. So I think going forward, we have to set up our team to compete for 90 minutes. I think Ricardo Pepi does look like a starting striker. Yes, it was one game. But, you know, on the road with the magnitude of the game it was and how well he played, for 18-year-old, it's just kind of crazy to believe, you know, how good he did, you know, as in his first cap. So, anyway, props to Pepi, Anthony Robinson, and Tyler Adams. Pulisic did come off this game injured. Should be out for a couple weeks, but he should be ready to go for October. But the thing is, the game was not perfect by any means, but, you know, a result, 5 points. We're in third place at the moment, tied with Canada. So, you know, we go on to next month, but anyway, some things are going to have to fix, you know, player selection, substitution, which, by the way, Berhalter not using a sub till the 83rd minute against Canada drove me insane, and I know it drove basically everyone in this entire fan base insane. But Berhalter's got some decisions to make, you know, what is he going to want to do with this team when we go forward, because right now, Greg Berhalter does not look like a coach that is going to, you know, get us, you know, a lot of places going forward. But anyway, this window overall, I think there were some good moments, but there was, you know, it's just outshined by the bad moments, which, to be fair, those bad moments are going to kill you in World Cup qualifying. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We'd love to grow this channel, as I'll be making some adjustments in the upcoming weeks to the channel. But anyway, overall, this window was kind of disappointing. Should have had at least 7 points, in my opinion. In all 3 of these games, we were the dominant team, but just really couldn't seem to be able to get results. The result against Honduras was a really good one. Gives us good momentum and good positivity looking, you know, into the next window. Home game against Jamaica, away game against Panama, and then a home game again against Costa Rica. We're going to need more players. You know, we're going to need some adjustments, especially in the midfield, I think. But anyway, bare minimum of points next window, 7 points. If we get anything less than that, it's a failure to disappointment. Similar to this window, because we should have had at least 7 points in this window, in my opinion. But we got the experience, we got decent results. So anyway, no excuses, especially next month. So we're gonna have to go out, play with intensity for 90 minutes. You know, Greg Berhalter is going to have to figure out some few things, especially going forward. You know, who's going to be in those dual eights. You know, I still think Gio Reyna is the guy that can be super effective there. But anyway, we get, you know, all I can say is that results happen. We go on to October, and, you know, we just got to continue to improve and perform. But anyway, hit the comments down below what you thought of this window, things you like, what you didn't like, what you want to see next window. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.